On the evening of September 27, 1994, MS Estonia departed from Tallinn, Estonia, bound for Stockholm, Sweden. It was one of the Baltic Sea's most well-known passenger ferries, carrying families, tourists, truck drivers, business travelers, and crew members. A total of 989 people were on board. For most of them, this was just another routine overnight journey. Some were relaxing in their cabins, others were enjoying restaurants and lounges, while many were simply looking forward to reaching their destination. But out at sea, the weather was slowly beginning to change. As the night grew darker, the winds over the Baltic Sea became increasingly powerful. Massive waves reaching 4 to 6 meters in height slammed relentlessly against the ferry, causing the entire vessel to shudder with every impact. Then, at around 1 a.m., several passengers reported hearing a strange metallic crashing sound, as if something enormous had broken loose and struck the ship. Some stepped out of their cabins to see what was happening, while others assumed it was simply the storm. But in reality, the disaster had already begun. According to the official investigation, the ferry's bow visor, the massive front door that sealed the vehicle deck, had failed under the immense force of the waves. Once the bow visor tore away, the loading ramp behind it was exposed. Within moments, thousands of tons of seawater began rushing directly onto the vehicle deck. This was the turning point. As water flooded the wide-open deck, the ship rapidly lost its stability. Within just a few minutes, MS Estonia began to list heavily to one side. It was no longer just a storm, it had become a desperate fight for survival. As the ferry continued to tilt, panic spread throughout the ship. People lost their footing in the hallways, furniture and heavy objects slid violently across the floors. Doors became increasingly difficult to open as the angle of the ship grew steeper. Crew members desperately tried to guide passengers toward life jackets and emergency exits, but the vessel was tilting so rapidly that many people became trapped inside cabins and narrow corridors. Survivors later described the terrifying feeling that the entire ship was rolling over beneath their feet. Panic, confusion, darkness, and the freezing wind turned those final moments into pure chaos. Outside, rescue boats and helicopters struggled against the violent storm, fighting powerful winds and enormous waves to reach the sinking ferry. At approximately 1:50 a.m., MS Estonia disappeared beneath the freezing waters of the Baltic Sea. The sinking happened with terrifying speed. Rescue operations began immediately, but the conditions were among the worst imaginable. Hurricane-force winds, towering waves, and near-freezing water temperatures made survival incredibly difficult. For many who made it into the water, hypothermia claimed their lives within minutes. In the end, only 137 people survived. 852 lives were lost, making it one of the deadliest peacetime maritime disasters in modern European history. The official report concluded that the disaster was caused by the failure of the bow visor, but as time passed, more and more questions began to emerge. Was the failure of the bow visor really enough to explain such a catastrophic sinking? Was the ferry secretly transporting military equipment? Could there have been an explosion or another factor that investigators failed to uncover? Over the years, numerous investigations have examined these questions. While several theories have gained public attention, none have been supported by conclusive evidence, and that is why the story of MS Estonia remains more than just a shipwreck. It remains one of the greatest maritime mysteries of the modern era. Today, MS Estonia rests deep beneath the waters of the Baltic Sea. On the surface, the sea appears calm and peaceful, but below lies a tragedy that the world has never forgotten. For the families of the 852 victims, this is not just another historical event. It is a painful memory, and a question that may never be fully answered. Did the official investigation reveal the complete truth, or does the Baltic Sea still hide secrets that have yet to be discovered? If you're fascinated by the mysteries hidden beneath the world's oceans and want to uncover the stories behind history's most haunting shipwrecks, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We'll be bringing you even more incredible stories, forgotten disasters, and the secrets that the ocean still refuses to give up.